All right, guys, we're gonna get going. Any questions from last week? No. Okay, good. Maybe just a little bit of ways to improve your balance. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, we're gonna start with our warm-up. We've got bird dogs, but we're gonna make them just a tiny bit harder. We've got a bridge with a kick out, and then we've got a high plank with some reaching. Our big focus today is adding in anti-rotation and rotational components. So anti-rotation, obviously trying not to twist this way, but then we're gonna throw in some rotational components. So what I wanna go over first is how to rotate. Your low back is only meant to rotate a little bit each way, so I don't wanna see you guys cranking through your spine to rotate. You wanna rotate through your hips. So if you imagine you're wearing like a button-down shirt, you're trying to keep your buttons all in line as you're rotating, or you can think of rotating keeping the torso and the pelvis rotating the same. So it's not torso on top of pelvis. Everybody looks good. Make sense? Okay, down, hands and knees. So we should be well versed in the bird dog by now. So to make it a little bit harder, we're gonna stay on one side. So find your good positioning, core engagement, arm and leg out, and then we're gonna bring elbow to the knee, tuck it in, and stay on this same side. Core engaged the whole time. Go 2 more, and then we're gonna switch sides. There's 1. And 2, good. Find your foundation again. If you need to re-engage your core, just take a second to do that. Leg and arm out. Knee to elbow. And give me 2 more. Good. All right, from here we're gonna come into a high plank. Your focus is to keep your hips really stable. We're gonna add in just a little bit of an arm raise, a reach. So to make that a little bit easier, widen your base of support. So feet can go out as wide as you need to make it easier. To make it harder, more of a narrow stance. I'm gonna go a little bit wider because this is hard. Okay, so you're doing that same pelvic tilt that you've learned in the last couple classes, and then we're reaching out. And it doesn't have to be fast. I'd rather have really good reps with control. And 2 more. 1. And 2. Good. Roll onto your backs. We did this one in the last class, so you're going to do your bridge, kick out, holding the hips in the air, and just kicking. Really squeezing the glute of the leg that is pushing through the ground. Okay, a couple more. Good, then we're going through that one more time. So roll back onto your hands and knees. We're gonna go about 10 of those bird dog knee to elbows before we switch sides. Get a nice glute squeeze as you extend that leg out. And switch. Re-engage the core. Good, and then come up into that high plank position. Widen out your stance as needed. Trying to keep the hips really stable, not opening them up as we reach out. Two more. All right, and then onto your backs. Last little bit of the warm up here. Bridge up your hips and kick out. Really thinking about keeping those hips stable and level, not seeing one side drop down as you kick out the other side. Couple more. There's one. And two. Good. Warm up done. Alrighty. Going into our anti-rotation round. So not moving. So we're going to start with the bands back here. I think we've got enough. Okay. So it's a Palloff press. So you're going to grab your band. It's going to come right to about belly button here, which is going to be your center of gravity. Holding with two hands, you'll step out until you have enough tension, and then it's pressing. You guys can take mine when I'm done. And then you're just pressing straight out. I'm going to show you guys all the exercises first. There's 3, and then I'll have you guys go through it. So we're going to do 8 on each side. Second exercise, 8 is just going to be your magic number for today, okay? Next one, a little bit harder, plank variation. So you're here in your high plank, moving your dumbbell over to the other side. 8 each way, so about 16 total. And then last exercise is going to be a single leg RDL. You can use weight or you don't have to. If you're using weight, I recommend the leg that's kicking back, keep the weight in that hand. And we're coming down to about mid-shin, pulling up. So what I want to see anti-rotation wise is that we're not trying to open the hip to keep us balanced. Make sense? Okay, everybody step out with your bands, and we're gonna go about 8 minutes, just as many times through this as you can. And push out. For people who are watching on YouTube, if you guys have one of these bands, you can either stick it in a door or anchor it to something. And then you're stepping out until you have enough tension and pressing out. Good, just 8 each way. Yep. And then as soon as you're done with that, you're coming down to your mats for your planks. This is a very slow song. It's kind of like, yes, exactly. Let's go back over here, YouTube. There we go. A high plank, yep. So just like in the warm-up, you're keeping your hips stable. So widen out the stances you need, and then pulling through. Keeping a little bit of that pelvic tuck that we've learned. And you're going 8 each way. And then your third exercise is that single leg RDL. Nice job. Good. So when you're ready, come up. You've got dumbbell in the opposite arm that is to the planted leg. You're using your back leg as a counterbalance to your torso and just trying to hinge here. And 8 on each side. What do you mean lean out? So what you might do is actually you could come over to the wall or use the bar just for a little bit of balance. Because I'd rather have really good technique than have with a little bit of support than falling all over the place. So you could also, if you need to, just use the window ledge just a little bit. There you go. And once you're done with this, you're going back to your Palloff press with the bands. On these single leg RDLs, think about trying to rotate your knee almost outward so that we're recruiting some of our hip external rotators. Going about 5 more minutes, just as many times through as you can with control though. Just keep going through, yeah. Good job, guys. When you're doing these single leg RDLs on top of everything else you already have to focus on, really think about using the glute to pull you back up. Trying to keep your upper back pretty flat so we're not collapsing as we're reaching down. Good job, guys. Got about 2 more minutes. Just see what you can get done. Oh, mine too. Ooh, a little bit of wobble. It's okay. Good job, guys. Once you're done with those, go back and try and get like 1 or 2 more exercises done. There we go. 30 more seconds. And last rep, and rest. Grab some water if you need it. Whew. Done with anti-rotation. Next one is rotation. Yeah, grab a quick drink if you want it. I know, they're like interesting enough, so you like have a little bit of variety instead of just holding it, but they are hard. All right, I'm going to show you all 3 of the exercises again, and then we're going to do another about 8 minutes, as many rounds as you can. So first one, we have a side plank with rotation. So side planks either on your knees here, adding in rotation, or coming up onto both feet, reaching under, and then coming back up to kind of your beginner neutral stance. Second exercise, yes. Either way, yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, next one, coming into your high plank again, but this time we're going knee to opposite elbow. Okay. The magic number is still 8, so we're going 8 on each side. And then over here with the bands, you're coming back to your starting stance. We're going to bring arms out. And then this is where I want you to really focus on rotating from the hips. So torso and pelvis go together. 8 each way. All right, let's start on your mats with your side plank. And go ahead and get started. So, yep, coming up here, reaching under, and then back. 8, and then switch. Next week, we might add a weight to our hand on this one. All right, and then into your high plank. For your cross mountain climbers, I want these to be slow and controlled. So we've got knee to opposite elbow, come back, switch legs. Nice job, guys. And then coming up to your bands. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're going to take your same band, anchor it, make sure it's attached securely. You're pushing out and you're rotating away. So we've got 8 on each side there. If you feel any torquing on your back with this one, bring the hands closer to midline and you'll just rotate here instead of having the resistance out here. I think you all should be fine, but just in case you're not. Making sure that your torso is rotating with your pelvis. Good. Eight, and then switch sides, and then we're right back to the mat. We got about 5 more minutes to go. Going back down to your side planks. Elbow under the shoulder. When I was writing this plan, I was toying between 8 reps or 12 reps, and I'm happy I went with 8. Yeah. Nice job, guys. Really thinking about actively pulling your belly button into your spine so we still have that TA engagement. When you're done with the side planks, going into your high plank for your cross mountain climbers. Good burn. Okay, and then back to your bands. We got 2.5 minutes. You can probably get to those mountain climbers one more time. Nice job, guys. Good control. About 90 seconds left. You can make these really slow. 30 seconds. And rest. Whew. And that's class. So we've got 2 more classes left, and I think we've pretty much incorporated every big aspect I wanted to get to, so the 2 are just going to be throwing it all together, maybe adding a little bit more weight, making it a little bit more challenging. Any questions? For what? For stretches, for all of it.